Derek Parkin first arrived at the club when Wolves had just returned from the 2-year spell in the second division, the old second division. And it was an £80,000 signing, which in those days was a lot of money, especially for a young player. He made his debut against his hometown club, Newcastle, away. And I think he went on after that to make from that first appearance he made 125 consecutive appearances, I think it was, which just shows what sort of the consistency he'd got as a defender. The football at the time was so entertaining because you got direct wingers, which is something I love and I suppose the older supporters love.
Pulled it right across for Hibbett. Dugan's head!
And this is where Derek Parkin came into his own, because he'd support the winger, he'd support Waggy, he'd get up there with him, he could cross a ball, but he was great in the tackle. And he was hard, but he was fair. And one of the players that was quieter off the pitch, but still a great bloke. He loved to talk football. And I remember after he retired, I did an interview with him, and I was asked the obvious question, do you really miss the game? He says, I miss every part of it, especially going into training and meeting up with the lads each morning, and the banter that we had and the fun that we had. He said it was a great job, and he just thoroughly enjoyed football, and it showed in his play. I'm not quite old enough to have seen the 50s side, who was supposed, renowned as the best Wolves side ever. But I don't think Derek Parkin would have been out of place in it. He certainly, of all the players I've seen when I started watching Wolves in 1965, he'd be in my defence any day. He's just a real dedicated professional footballer who loved his job. And it's been a pleasure to know him over the years. And his place in the Hall of Fame at Molineux was fully deserved.
Because the first match I saw was 1942. Then we used to walk from Cotswold, where Derek lived. But as I say, sometimes we had no money, but as long as we got him, that's always interesting. But the Wolves have always been, attacking football team, It was brought up in attacking football with the wingers, fullback, overlapping fullbacks.
When you first saw him play, did you think he was any good?
Very brilliant fullback, very fast, and he had style, and then he had the speed, and as a fullback, he used to tack down the wing. There's no complicated football, it's just get down the ball, just attacking football.
Parkin, that's a good one. And it's there! Derek Parkin, driving, swerving shot, and it's 2-0 Wolves, and that really has stunned Carlisle.
When we talk about former players that the fans loved, where do you think he ranks?
You got to be one of the top, They all speak highly of them, Well, they do with that old team, they are, so it's he ranked with the best lot,
Mate, I tell you, I've got to be honest with you, he was an incredible player. Great, one of the best defenders I think I've ever seen in the game. Didn't play enough times in my opinion for England. I think he got under 23 caps, but really deserved full England caps, and that recognition, because he was an absolutely brilliant player and a brilliant defender, and a nice guy to boot as well, And when we signed him from Ipswich, I couldn't believe Ipswich were going to let him go. And
Steve,
sorry,
didn't he sign from Huddersfield? Derek Parkin?
Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah.
I thought we were talking about Derek Jefferson. You've got me up here, off the golf course, to talk about Derek Parkin. What's it all for, this? Is it they wore the shirt?
He's got a dinner, yeah.
He's got a dinner. There's him, there's Palmer, and there's McCall. And I ain't being funny, in that team in them days, the midfield ran that team, which was Kenny Hibbett, Willie Carr and myself. Kenny got 16 goals, I got 14 and Willie got 10. and you had 3 defenders like them 3 that usually their second touch was a tackle. I can't believe I'm here, Mikey, talking about Derek Parkin. Is that it then? Have you got any more questions for me about Derek?
I think we'll leave it there, Steve.
Squeak, serious note, mate. Have a great night. Very much deserved. And it was really you that should have played a lot more for England, pal. Quality, stylish, elegant on the park, hard as nails. It was a pleasure to play in front of you, mate. Wish you all the best, pal. See you soon. Be good. Bye-bye.